Well, Andy, it feels like it's been a pretty busy last 12 months.
Yeah.
We've set a lot of things in motion. What are you really looking forward to now over the next 12 months?
I think there's really two areas I'd most like to focus on, most like to pick out. There's the something exciting emerging from the Summer Student Innovation Competition, and also the area of analytics, where there's lots of exciting things happening. So for the Summer Student Innovation, we've been running that competition since 2013, and one of the most successful projects to emerge from that is Call for Participants, which is a website which helps researchers find participants for their studies. That project, that app, has become so successful now, it's been used by 92 institutions in the UK. What we want to do now is think about how we can deliver that as a sustainable service, working with the Call for Participants team. So we're deep in investigating that at the moment, and we're hoping that by mid-2015 we'll know exactly how we can do that. The second area is analytics. Analytics is an area that came out of our co-design challenges, and there seems to be lots of opportunities. We've got really three main areas of interest. One is around student retention, and can we provide a dashboard to help universities with student attainment and retention. The second is around library metrics. There's been a lot of work around library metrics and analysing the massive data that libraries collect. We think we can combine those two together to make a really useful dashboard. The third area is around more what we call business intelligence. So this is a project we're doing with HESA, and we're seeking to replace their existing Heidi service with a service called Heidi Plus and a more experimental service called Heidi Labs. I think those are really my pick of two. So which are yours? Which would you pick?
Oof, well, there's so many one could choose from, but you know, we've been put under a lot of pressure to try and get things moving quickly. So I'm going to pick a couple of things which have built on existing pieces of work. So at Loughborough, we were involved in a Jisc project called Kit Catalogue, which was about developing a system to enable research equipment sharing as part of the value for money agenda. And we were very pleased with how we used that money and how the software turned out. But I guess we were a little bit disappointed the way the use of that software got a bit fragmented regionally, and how one wasn't able to do the national level reporting that could potentially be valuable and really evidence what we all know, that the sector does deliver excellent value for money and it does use its resources quite intelligently. So now next year we're looking forward, having taken that back in-house, to developing it on with a national element to its scale, which would really allow us to do some of this reporting alongside the functionality of the software. I think that's very good, very timely as well, given the likely political agendas. So that's one thing I'd pick at. Another thing would be something I've been involved with on and off before I started at Jisc for the last few years, and that's around shared data centres. And I always felt one of the things that was an issue is the fact that people always want to do everything themselves. So if you're talking about a shared data centre, one has to build the whole thing themselves. And I think what's been very interesting with the shared data centre for London is the fact that we've worked with a very large scale commercial partner, so we can really deliver stuff with economies of scale that we could never do on our own. So I'm looking forward to that really taking off now over the next year, as well as the London tenants coming on board, other metropolitan areas, possibly even looking at having a data centre north, maybe even a data centre Arctic to take account of the very cheap cooling that one gets when one lives on top of a glacier. So those are two elements of things that I've been involved with in the past. And I guess if I had to pick just one more thing, it would be around the FELTAG report for FE. I was very interested actually to go up and visit Kirklees College a few weeks ago to find out how the new government requirement to teach people who hadn't achieved GCSE maths and English to get them up to that standard, for people doing vocational qualifications in FE. What a great opportunity for e-learning right across, you know, on a wide scale to help solve a problem right across the vocational sector. So I'm sure that's something we can make a big contribution to over the next 12 months.
So that's an interesting list, but there's going to be more things that come up throughout the year. How are we going to deal with that?
Well, you're right. The HE and FE sectors, they're notoriously fast-moving. The one thing we can sure about is something will come out of the woodwork during the year that we weren't expecting. But we're prepared for it as much as we can be. We've set aside some in-year agility funding, some time and resource. So when those opportunities do arise, we'd be ready to jump on them.
And of course, anything that does arise will go along with the rest of our projects on our new research and development website, so you can go there to see what else we're doing.